Cold email can be very complicated at times, don't get me wrong, but deep down, it's more simple than people give credit for it. Sometimes it's important to take a step back and just focus on the fundamentals and focus on simplicity to just realize how easy it is to get cold email to work. And the reason why I talk about this is because there are so many creative ways and there's so many complex ways to create cold email campaigns in 2026. If you look at intent signals and all this different scraping data and all these different AI tools that you can use, there's a lot of different campaigns you can run, and that's incredible. This is great. You should be looking for intent signals, job hiring, recent funding, interacting with competitors, interacting with LinkedIn content. All those are great intent signals. All those are great campaigns to run. But sometimes I feel like it's just important to take a step back and be able to run generic campaigns to your entire TAM, total addressable market. And the reason why I say this is because I have built a lot of intent signal campaigns. And I've just noticed that while they're great, they get higher response rates. You can typically go for a harder call to action. For example, instead of offering like a free lead magnet, you can actually get people to book calls with you. And these prospects tend to be a little bit warmer. Obviously, they're still cold prospects, but they're in a bit more pain, some of them, from these intent signals. And so because of that, the close rates on them are a lot higher. The point I'm making is there's only a certain amount of people who are hiring SDRs. There's only a certain amount of B2B SaaS companies that just raised a Series B. And there's only so many amount of people who are interacting with a competitor's posts on LinkedIn. And so while all these campaigns convert very well, and you should definitely be running them right now, they're also very limited in some ways because you can only run these campaigns once every couple of weeks before you just run out of leads. And then you have to wait a little while for more job openings to be posted or more companies to get more funding and all that stuff. Because of that, it's important to take a step back and be able to run a generic list to your whole entire TAM, or at least part of it, by scraping on Apollo or LinkedIn Sales Navigator or any of these databases out there. And you should be able to convert people from these campaigns into paying clients. And I feel like there's 5 main tactics that you have to use to make sure that this can be feasible. The first step would probably be that you must have an offer that converts. Not only does this offer need to be able to convert prospects, but it needs to be able to convert prospects who are cold. And so what I've found is that generic offers are very difficult to convert on cold traffic, especially cold outbound. And I've found that either you must spice up your offer to where your value drastically exceeds the price point compared to other competitors, or you put a new and unique twist onto your current offer that makes things more enticing. Have a unique selling proposition or a new twist onto your offer that will excite prospects and get people to check you out. The second one is targeting. You got to make sure you are targeting the right people. If you're reaching out to B2B SaaS companies, make sure you reach out to B2B SaaS companies. If you're reaching out to HVAC companies, make sure you're reaching out to HVAC companies. And what I mean by this is when you're going through these databases and putting in your filters, not all companies that show up are going to be perfect fits within your ICP. And so you can use AI for this. I use Claude Code. In the past, you could use Clayagent, or on BitScale, you could use BitAgent. But you can use AI to go through this whole entire list and to make sure to have it confirm that this is in fact a B2B SaaS company, or make sure it confirms that it is in fact a HVAC company, whatever it may be, and have it throw out the 10% or 20% or 30% of the list that isn't actually within your ICP. The third step is using AI to personalize these emails at scale. And this is where AI is really helpful, and you can use Claude or ChatGPT, but make sure you personalize each of these emails one by one. Have AI scan the website, have it figure out what this company is, who they sell to, what their offer is, their pricing information, the different niches that they work within, all the information, and have it personalize at least one line in the email on how your product or your company can help them in their situation. Personalization is king when it comes to cold email, and luckily AI is a very helpful tool to be able to personalize at scale. Personalization will drastically improve your response rates. Also, make sure in your emails that you're keeping it underneath 75 words and it can read below 5th grade reading levels. So when you're instructing AI to come up with these sentences, make sure you also have it maintained under 75 words. One of the most important things, which is step number 4, when sending to a generic list, is you must have a soft call to action. You have to realize you're a stranger to these people. These are cold prospects. And unlike intent signals where you can tell that your prospect is actually in pain and in need of your solution, in this case, we really don't know that. Your prospect might not have the certain pain point or have the certain problem that your company solves, and they might not even be aware of the problem in the first place. So because of this, it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to get these random strangers to agree to a sales call with you. You have to warm them up by offering a free lead magnet. Offer to do a service for free or give away part of your service for free, and in return, deliver to them on that promise. And that way you'll earn their trust. And then from there, once they're more warmed up and you've actually given them value, then you can actually try and close them as clients and try and get them to book a call with you. Last but not least, number 5 is volume. When doing these generic campaigns, volume is very important. You need to be sending 200, 300, 400, even sometimes 500 emails just to get one positive response. AI has made email inboxes very clustered, and it's also helped spam filters, so inbox deliverability is very difficult. Because of that, volume has become even more important in 2026 because some of the best email campaigns are only getting one positive response for every 300 emails sent. So by having a good offer that converts, by targeting and reaching out to the right people, by using AI to personalize each email, by having a soft call to action, and having a lot of volume within your campaigns, you can get these generic, plain email campaigns to convert, which will be really helpful to run in the background as you're building intent signal campaigns. To have both these running at once is really helpful, and you'll be able to get way more leads and convert these leads into customers. Now, obviously, all of this is assuming that you have your inbox infrastructure set up. Make sure your SPF, your DKIM, and your DMARC files and records in place properly. Make sure that you warm up your email addresses for 2 to 4 weeks at least, and then only send about a max of 5 to 10 emails per inbox per day. So while all these intent signals and creative campaigns are important, still make sure to be running these generic campaigns to your ICP. I think you'll see good results from it, and it's a lot more scalable because the TAM is way higher than people who are just doing intent signals. That's about it. I thought it'd be great to talk about this and just to mention how simple these generic campaigns can be, and just to focus on the 5 principles, and you should see some results. If you're interested in having me launch and build these generic campaigns for you, along with some creative and intent signal based campaigns, click the link below. You can book a call with me. I can learn more about your business and understand exactly what you're offering and who you're serving. And from there, I'll be able to decide if I think my cold email service will be of value to you, and we can agree to work together from there. So if you're interested in that, link down below to book a call. But if not, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.